everybody, I'm back with more graphing with factored form of quadratics. So we're going to start off with finding all the things that we need in order to graph. So according to this worksheet that we're looking at, which you can find all these pieces of information that I've got up here, we're going to talk about all those points in order for us to graph our graph. So we're going to start off with the x-intercepts. We see our binomials right here and right here. So we're going to set those equal to 0, and we're going to go ahead and solve them. So set the first one, x plus 4 equal to 0, and then we're going to do x minus 2, set that equal to 0. I'm not going to do the math out, it's a one-step equation. You should know the answer at this point. Our x-intercepts are going to end up being at -4, and my x-intercept at a +2. So that's the first two values that you're going to deal with. So we're going to go ahead and graph this over here on the graph. So we're going to start with -4, so you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 in the negative here, and then we're going to go over to +2 over here. Now, we see that the a value right here is positive, so I know it's going to be a U-shaped graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on, I know that the setup is going to be what it's going to be, but I want to make sure I get my vertex and my axis of symmetry next. So the axis of symmetry is the halfway point between these two values right here. So I can certainly go ahead and do the equation and find the distance between the two of them. You can do that. I'm just going to show you the faster way to do it, I think it's a little bit quicker, is just kind of go to the halfway point. So you're just going to kind of go right to the middle, and you see that right here at -1 is going to be the halfway point. Or I'm sorry, wait, hold on, let's see. Yeah, -1. So this is your halfway point right here. So we're gonna, this graph just looks really terrible. It's not the best. But this is where our halfway point is right here. And then again, you have 2 points that are away from that point before you get to the vertex. And then you have 2 points here that are also away from that other point there. So this is my axis of symmetry right here, which is where I would fold it. And it's gonna be exactly identical on both sides. That helps me tell what the x-coordinate of my vertex is. So in this case, my axis of symmetry is going to be at -1. And so I'm just going to put AOX. And that's going to be x is equal to -1. So that's the first part of that. And then we're going to take that number -1, and we're going to plug it into this equation right here to solve for the vertex y-coordinate. So we already know the -1 is the x-coordinate. We're going to figure out what the y is by just popping that in and solving using that number. So 2 stays 2, -1 plus 4, and over here is going to be a -1 again, -2. So we'll start off with order of operations. We'll do the parentheses first, and we're going to get 2 times everything that's in here, which is going to end up being 3, times everything that's in here, which is -3. And then we're just going to go ahead and solve. 2 times 3 is 6, times the -3 is going to end up being -18. And so that is my y-coordinate for my vertex. So my vertex is -1, -18. So I am going to just go ahead, and on here, we're going to use choose for the y-axis. So we're going to do -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12, -14, -16, -18. So this is going to be right here at -1 and -18. And so that is my vertex point. Now, the only other thing I could actually just graph this right here, but I am asked to do the y-intercept. So when I'm trying to find the y-intercept on these, x has to be 0 there. So we're going to solve this to find the y-intercept by using x being 0. And when we do that, we're going to put all of those x's in with zeros and do the same thing we did above. 0 plus 4 is 4. And then we're going to do 0 minus 2, which is -2. And it is all over again. 4 times 2 is 8, times -2 is going to give me y equaling -16, which then means that my y-intercept is 0, -16. So if we went to all these as 2's, this right here is -18, so this one right here is -16. Put a dot right here, and we'll connect our points, and we've got ourselves a quadratic. If you like more questions like these, you can find them on my YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and YouWantAlgebra. and let me know. They'll be in the quadratic function section. But let me know if you've got questions, you have comments, you want to know anything else, let me know, and I will help you as best as I can. Thanks.